From this day forth, that's right, from this day forth, all simps in the kingdom shall be known as Will Smiths. That's right. Me accent is fake as hell. I stole part of it from Lucky Charms, part of it from Darby Gill and the Little People, and of course, from spending a lot of time by myself with no friends. Now, if you can do the fat bastard thing, you're doing well. You've got to roll your R's extra. That's right, Murren. That's right. All right, now that we got the fun stuff out of the way, I will never again be able to look at Will Smith with any respect whatsoever. Now, after Jada Pinkett Smith grossly mistreated him, much like when I tell you guys about going to the street dance in Llewellyn, Nebraska, how everybody at the dance saw a woman beating on a man and nobody did a damn thing. The reason that she abused him in front of those people is because she knew that she could get away with it. She knew that she could damage him emotionally. She knew that she could damage his reputation. She knew that she could demasculate him in public. And Jada Pinkett Smith did it in front of millions of people. It's a control issue. That's a narcissistic pattern. And unfortunately, it is a pattern that we are teaching every little girl in America. We are teaching every little girl in America that this is okay by looking away or by making excuses for the predator. In this case, Will Smith was the predator. However, he was a predator because he's a Will Smith. This is what Will Smiths do. You don't have any respect. Definitely not any self-respect. Will Smiths, how can you respect them? Let me tell you something. When I helped Miss Jerry move, a lot of women that I helped to move felt that they had to try to thank me with sex. And I always turned them down. Every time. And some of those women got outright evil. All right, a lot of them got outright evil. But lucky for me, after I turn a woman down, I can leave. Most women, when they've been turned down, even if they want to do evil shit, most of them are not going to. Most of them, the most evil shit that they'll do is run around and spread rumors about you. However, those rumors can get you killed, so really, you need to pay fucking attention. The way that Jada Pinkett Smith did Will Smith dirty, and he's still with her, shows that he's a Will Smith. All simps in this kingdom shall be known as Will Smiths. I believe I tried to steal one from Monty Python and the Holy Grail. No guarantees. So here we are in America where we're teaching women to be cruel to men. We're teaching everybody that it is not okay to defend yourself against this. It is not okay to defend yourself against abusive women. It's not okay. Even if they're junkies, it's not okay. Now, would Will Smith have slapped a woman who did that? Or is he sexist? See, I keep hearing about how women want equality, but then I keep seeing the opposite. You want the money, but you don't want to do the work. You complain that women make about, what, $4,500 on average less than men in a year. But women, 7% of them work over 40 hours a week in this country. 24% of men work over 40 hours a week in this country. Do you not think that right there, over 50 plus weeks, is going to equal out to about $5,000 or more? It's more. You get sucked down because of taxes. Men get paid more because they work more. They work more. The numbers show it. The statistics show it. Yes, men work more hours. If you work more hours, you get paid more money. This is not rocket science. You want equality? Earn it. You don't want to do the manual labor jobs? Guess what? Most of the men doing manual labor don't want to do it either. It destroys your body. It destroys it. If you work heavy construction, and those of you who know the difference between construction and heavy construction can attest to this. If you work construction, your back is going to go out well before you're 65. But if you're working heavy construction, your back is probably going to go out before you turn 35. Yes, I am for equality, but it means actual equality. You want the money, do the work. If it's something that a man would get punched in the face for, you will also get punched in the face for. You do not want that, do you? In that case, but are you doing those things? I'm not asking if you're doing them better. I'm asking if you're doing them at all. Are you working in construction? Not even heavy construction. Are you working in construction? You want to be treated like a man, but you don't want the consequences of being a man, which includes everything that you do is always wrong no matter what. If you leave, you're running away from your problems. If you stick around, you should have left. This is nuts. And then we got the news here. I'm only 23 seconds into this news thing here. Let me come over here and get to it. 23 seconds. It says Will Smith strikes comedian Chris Rock during the Oscars. Now, of course, this lady who is talking, it's a woman. She is intentionally going out of her way to paint a false narrative, to intentionally mislead the public. My first comment was, it means she is bald. You make it sound like she has terminal cancer. You say it causes hair loss. No, it is hair loss. There's nothing else to it. It won't kill her or even shorten her life. It means hair loss, and it is not only not lethal, millions of men in America have hair loss and are bullied endlessly for it. Am I allowed to slap the women who make fun of my hairline? Would that be okay? If your answer is no, you are not part of the problem, you are the problem. I also typed, also, it wasn't a punch. I'm only 23 seconds in and you already botched it and pumped the story full of misleading BS, sexist BS, and outright lies. Is there a reason you tabloids call your fiction news? Many of y'all think that it was okay for Chris Rock to be assaulted like that. All of you are sexist. All of you. How many of you who think that it's okay to smack Chris Rock over that, how many of y'all would be supportive if it had been a woman who said it? How okay would you have been with Will Smith smacking her across the face? You'd be crying out for his blood. You don't want equality. You want all men to be simps. You want them to bow down to your every will and command. Well, guess what? You're not bowing down to our every will and command. So, no, absolutely not. That's not fair. It's not equal. And then, of course, no two women are the same, just like no two men are the same. We can't make both groups happy. We can't even make women happy. We can't even make just men happy. The reason for this is because we're not all the same. Not everyone with a penis is exactly the same. Not everybody with a vagina is exactly the same. We got women who treat men like shit over traditional marriage. We have women who treat men like shit over not having a traditional marriage. We have women who tell us we don't have a use for a man. There is no use for a man whatsoever. And then we've got women who also say, I need a man. I need a man. I'm lonely. I'm lonely. I need a man. We can't make all of you happy. It is not possible. Stop expecting that out of us. There's a sexist saying that was all over Facebook for a while there. The man who says it cannot be done should get out of the way of the woman who's doing it. But is she? With equality comes consequences. Equal pay for equal hours. Equal pay for equal work. It's not that you can't work construction. You don't want to. It's fine. A lot of men don't want to. So why are we handing all of the easy jobs to women and making the men do the tough ones? What the hell is that about? We got a lot of women-only businesses. There's only women in them, and they don't last long because women can't get along with one another in most settings. That's not sexism, that's facts. These are facts that are given to us by female business owners. That's right. The business owners who are hiring exclusively females are coming back and saying, damn, I fucked up. I fucked up. I thought this was going to be a good idea, and here's why it's not. So we got the news course, trying to pretend that this, we ought to just call it an Appaloosa. Might as well be a horse. It's an exotic name for what? Hair loss. Hair loss. It's not like he's making fun of a woman with terminal cancer. And even if he was, that's okay. It's not okay to make fun of her for having cancer, but it's okay to poke fun. At these award shows, people pay to watch these shows. Most of the time, they don't give a shit who wins the award. They know there's going to be some funny shit going on, and there's going to be some celebrity roasting. Every award show. We love that shit. Especially when it was that Gervais feller calling out Hollywood for being a bunch of child molesters. Now, with such a nasty person as Jada Pinkett Smith, no, you don't go hitting people over that. Now, there's a lady called Chloe Roma. She's got a site called Roma Army, and she fights for men's rights. She also calls out shitty men. If you're going to be shitty, she'll call you out. Yeah. She calls out SIMPS too. But she also explains that not every good man is a simp. Now let's go through the list of women that I can remember that I've helped to move out of shitty situations. And obviously, in none of those situations did I ever even try to get sex. Let's start off with Miss Jerry. 7 times I helped her move. Let's go to Shauna Verbis. I only helped her move once. Jamie Curtis, probably 3 or 4 times, maybe more. Right? Then, of course, there's Rebecca Black. I don't talk to her anymore either. Of course, we're just talking about chapel here, ain't we? And there's a lot more than that. There's a few of them that I'm not going to mention because they're back with the guy that they needed a rescue from. Here's the thing. This needs to stop. I get blamed for white Southerners. 1% of white Southerners own slaves. I've never owned a slave. I've never been a white Southerner. How is it my fault? You say don't live in the past. Don't go harm people for things they didn't do. But then I get the past shoved in my face and get harmed for things I didn't do. My family did not own slaves. My family were slaves in this country. However, even if my family did own slaves, I've never owned a slave. I have never profited from a slave. This is insanity, folks. Seriously. With the rampant sexism in the United States as it is now, there is not a chance in hell that I would vote a woman in for president. I'm not against women. I am against this, absolutely. the things that you are putting white men through. Let me explain this to you. It was wrong that people in the past did that to women. But there's a big difference between people in the past doing horrible things to women and women doing horrible things to men today. It's gender reversal. You claimed you wanted equality. We fought hard to help get women equality, and it is not equal. Women have surpassed men in everything for one simple reason. We're handing it to them on a silver platter because we feel bad for them. But now they've taken 10 miles, and all we had to give them was an inch. But, of course, according to popular rhetoric, we claimed it was 6 inches. I don't owe it to you to take your abuse. I don't. I've spoken out for years. However, I don't have the right genitalia to get help. 29 million males in this country were raped or molested before the age of 18. Before the age of 18. And you want to pretend that men are the predators and women are the victims. We've got literally in just the last, 5 years, we've had almost 80 female teachers in the United States arrested for having sex with underage students, many of them middle school teachers. Are there that many men? No, there's not. Not even close to that many men doing those things. When a man, we're all told this stuff where, if she says no, she doesn't want to date you. We're talking about sex. We're talking about going on a date. If she says no, dude, you just got to keep on trying, man. You just got to keep on trying, You got to outlast the other guys, man. Just keep being a good guy, and she's eventually going to realize what a good guy. Don't you fuck she isn't. I got many women who have told me, Sean, you just got to play the game. A woman is going to play hard to get. So, of course, you need to play the game. No, I fucking don't. If she tells me she's not interested, but she's actually interested, she should have said she was interested. I'm not going to chase you if you tell me you're interested. I'm not going to pursue you for a date or for sex if you're not interested. If you are interested, then don't lie. That's not difficult. Because what happens if you continue to pressure a woman until finally she gives you a chance? Well, then we're being sold that is rape. That is rape. If you pressure a woman until she gives in, that's rape. Now, legally, it's not considered rape, but people are trying to get that changed. But are we going to change that for both genders, or are we going to again give special rights to people who have already more special rights than anyone else? Nobody in this country has more special rights than women, and that's not a joke. Nobody. Women have more special rights than the disabled and minorities combined. All special rights. What special rights do white males have? white privilege. Well, how many of us are actually getting that? How many black people are treated better than the homeless? Well, if they're black homeless people, they're probably getting treated like the rest of the homeless. They might get targeted a little bit extra because of their skin color. But a black man in a house is far less likely to be victimized by a cop or the public. When you're out on the streets, people have access to you. Who do predators go after? The people who are easiest to victimize. That means access. If you got to break into somebody's house to gain access to them, that's an awful lot of fucking work. But you can drive down the road and pick up a hitchhiker. It's a target of opportunity. That's why there are literally tens of thousands of homeless people who are still missing. Tens of thousands. The population of the homeless is far less than that of indigenous peoples. Yet they account for over 4 times as many deaths. And that depends on how many of them you actually count. For a lot of these statistics, it's pretty screwed up. I was in jail with a lot of people that I knew were homeless, but all of their court documents say that they live somewhere. Their last known address. And that kind of helps to hide the real numbers of the BS going on. Hell, they even did the same thing to me. When I went to get my fingerprints printed over in Larimer. Yeah. I told that cop I didn't live there. I told him I wasn't okay with him writing down that I lived there. He didn't give a shit. And by the way, the judge treated me like shit for that in court. I didn't fucking write it down. Your fucking pig did. So we got the news trying to sell us this sexist bullshit. Like if they warp and twist and maneuver the words around properly, they can paint Chris Rock as the bad guy. Fuck no, he's a comedian. He's hilarious as shit. His joke was fucking funny. Y'all know what celebrity roasting is, don't you? Sometimes they have a full special where they roast just one celebrity. But at these shows, it's not just one celebrity. This person is generally a comedian. It's because they're funny. That's what people want to see. They're going to make fun of everybody. And yeah, they're going to say some stuff that is going to be offensive to some people. Some people are twinkle-toed snowflakes. Now, where did I get that from? Well, I've been called a twinkle-toe snowflake. Because I fight for my rights. Because I stand up for my rights. Because I fight for equality, and you don't want equality. You don't. You want to have someone you can victimize and get away with it. That's why we have Will Smiths. So if I flash a little bit of boob to you, you can do what I want. You can wash my car, mow my lawn. You can pay for my groceries. How about my rent? Am I pretty enough to be a sugar mama? Or to get a sugar daddy? If I dye my hair and a beard blonde, get some blue contacts for my eyes, think I can get myself a decent sugar daddy? Here's the thing here, folks. This is not equality. This is not what I fought for. I fought so that women can get safe and safely away from their abusers. Not so that they could become the abusers and get diplomatic fucking immunity. If a woman abuses a man, the United States will make every excuse because of bias. All of the bias that I've had to endure throughout all of this, it's all illegal. All of it. These people are supposed to make their decisions based on evidence. They deny me the rights of a disabled people because I'm intelligent. They deny me the rights of an intelligent person because I'm disabled. In reality, it's supposed to be an overlap. I'm both an American citizen and disabled. In reality, this is what it is. If you're disabled and intelligent, this is where you are. This is the size of the crack that you're going to fall through. Well, actually, it's probably more like that. If you're intelligent and disabled and male, it's pretty much all cracks. You're basically in free fall. You can't fall through the cracks. There's no sidewalk there. It's just a straight drop. That's what we got to look forward to. It's not just the men who victimized you that you are damaging with this. It's also the men who fought for your rights. It's the men who took ass whoopings from your asshole boyfriend because you wanted to date a big muscle-bound steroid moron. We took those lumps. You're still dating those brain-dead morons who beat the fuck out of you. And we're the ones victimized. Why the hell are we expected to go rescue a bunch of people who are going to go right fucking back? When you said you were afraid he was going to beat you to death, I came and I picked you up and took you to where you wanted to go. Whether it's your best friend's house, your mom's house, or the boyfriend you're cheating on this dude with. Yeah, that was a freaky situation there. Lady called me up. My boyfriend is going to beat me up. I got there. He wasn't beating her up. He was throwing her shit out the door. Calling her a cheating ass hoe. Said, go ahead. Go fuck my brother. Just don't come back to my house. And tell him not to come back either. Yeah. Why is it so wrong to make a joke about a bald person? What is it that makes it wrong to do it to Jada Pinkett Smith, but not wrong to do it to me? What is it that makes it okay for Will Smith to be a Will Smith? I want to respect you. But if you're going to spout this equality bullshit and you don't want to pull your own fucking weight, you don't want the consequences, you don't want the responsibility, then you don't want the equality. If you're not willing to put in the work, you do not deserve the rewards. If 24% of women worked over 40 hours a week, they'd probably be making $49,000 a year on average too. We keep changing the rules, changing them over and over and over again. In my situation, all of the things that I was told were not illegal when people did them to me, if I do them, it's illegal. Oh, well, hold on a second there. And I didn't even do the worst shit. No, I'm not okay with this. I never will be. I didn't fight for your equality for you to victimize me. We fought hard to try to create a world where men and women can work together and live together in harmony with equal rights. That's not what we got, is it? No, we gave women way too much for free. And continue to do that. That's not equality. If we are apportioning 80% of our resources to women for college, 80% of our resources for DHHS to women, 80% of our resources. Is it 80% across the board? No, it teeters between 70% and 90%. We need to start calling this stuff what it is. It's a sex grant. It's a sex grant. Or a gender grant. You get a special grant to go to college because you're female. And you can get even more than that if you got kids. If you got kids, you can manipulate the system so that all you got to do is go to college for the rest of your life and you get paid to go to college. You're never going to do a thing with that. You are never going to join the workforce. You are not contributing to this society, but you are taking far more than your own share and then complaining that it's not fair that you are being victimized for your vagina while victimizing men. No. My penis is not your punching bag. My penis did not beat the fuck out of you. My penis didn't spend all your money on alcohol. My penis did not piss away your inheritance. You get that? Equality means equal. It means that women are human beings, and so are men. So don't be a Will Smith. Don't go beating up on other men. We men need to do what women are doing. We need to work together. We need to stick together and do not help the enemy. Do not. If she's going to spout sexist crap at you, she can move herself. When a man is in that situation, we are told that it's our fault, that we put ourselves there, that it was our decision to be there, that we could have left at any time. Now apply that to women, please. Now, we also got to take a look at the wage gap. For one small section, there is a little bit of a wage gap. $5,000 is pretty significant, isn't it? But that's only for one group, one age group. And you didn't factor that in, did you? We teach men that they're superficial pigs, even if they're not. We teach them that they're the superficial sex, that they're the ones who only think about sex. There's this myth now that women don't get horny. Meanwhile, there's hundreds of women on my Facebook friends list who get so horny that they're posting about how horny they are on Facebook. And in many of these situations, they get multiple simps, Will Smiths, who are pandering to them. Now, is this a manipulation technique to try to get free labor out of us? Or is she legitimately trying to get laid? Well, when you look at the guys that talk to her on there and the way that they talk to her, and then you look at their profile pictures and you're like, oh, well, that makes sense. No wonder she's treating them differently. That guy looks like Tyson Beckford. That guy looks like Danny DeVito. That guy she throws her vagina at shamelessly. That guy she shames as if he is a monster for hitting on her. Women are noticing this too. Women are speaking out about this too. Most of the stuff that I had to say about women came directly from women. Nobody has told me women are crazy more than a. Nobody has pushed the do not trust a woman thing more than other women. The majority of the women that I know do not have female friends until they want to get revenge against a man who dumped them or doesn't want to have anything to do with them. In that case, magically, they'll call up people that they haven't talked to in 10 years. Hey, you want to help me go destroy a man's life? And we're expected to drop everything that we're doing to help a woman. And generally, it falls to people like me who are in a more fucked situation than almost all the guys that you know. It falls on me to be the rescue. It falls on me to help move these people out. Thank goodness I am motivated by doing the right thing and getting people to safety instead of getting laid. There's a lot of guys that helped you out and expected sex at the end. I get that. A lot of the women that I helped out, by the time I got there to help them out, they'd already been helped out by enough men to know that they're supposed to put out. That it's expected that they should say thank you with favor. I don't want those favors. I just don't want you to be fucking beaten to death. I don't want you and your kids stuck out in the fucking snow. I don't care about your vagina. That's in your fucking head. That's the shit that you put there. That's your assumptions. That is your bias. That is your sexism. Because I am not those other men. I am not Ted Bollinger. He had his own daughters selling drugs and was fucking them. I don't have any daughters. I don't have any kids at all. But guess what? I also don't have sex. And I sure as fuck would not have sex with a child. To all of you Will Smiths out there, there are too many Jada Pinkett Smiths. There are way too many. You can't help someone who don't want help. You can't save someone who don't want saved. You can't rescue someone who don't want rescued. You know what kept me from driving down there and helping out that woman last week, Miss Rebecca? She didn't call and ask. I let her know I'm not going to go there to rescue you unless you ask me. She wants to continue to do harmful things to other human beings, though. And I'll have no part of that. Don't be a Jada Pinkett Smith. Don't be a Will Smith. But you can be a Chris Rock. He took it like a champ.